Good morning, everybody. Welcome. My name is Katie O'Neill. I'm here at Transwest in Frederick, Colorado. I'm here to show you our absolutely spectacular Verona. This is a Verona LE made by Renegade. This is a Super C. I happen to own a Renegade Verona, so I'm a pretty big fan. And I just want to have you take a great look at the front of this. We're going to start off our video today in the back in the bedroom. This is a really cool coach. This is a 38 LDG, so it's a mid-bath. One of the reasons I really like the styling of the Renegade is because of the functionality that it provides. Great sleeping quarters in the front and great sleeping quarters in the back with this mid-bath. So I'm going to do something kind of unusual. I'm going to close the door on Jody right off the cuff and show you what this mid-bath has to offer. And that is a lot of privacy. So as you'll note, people in the front, people in the back can each close their own section off. You can have people who are in the bathroom on their own. You can also close this door here and have a shower on your own. So it's going to be a really, really cool layout to take a look at. And we'll spend a little more time in this later, but let's start off in the back and talk about some of the cool features that you have here. Now, first of all, this is a 72 by 74 king bed. So this is an RV king, which means you do need special sheets, but it is so incredibly pretty. This is the vanilla frost decor. I don't normally like RV furniture and bedding that much. This is actually something I would consider using myself. It's nice, it's light, it's airy. And then you'll notice that we have some cool features. Of course, there's night lights above. You've also got controls for the house above the bed headboard there. So anybody who wants to turn the lights on and off can do so without having to get out of bed. And then here you'll notice that we have lots of storage above. But even more importantly, got dislocked. We have a place where you can not only charge your phone on your nightstand, but also a place to plug in a CPAP machine. So if for some reason you needed to plug something in, you'd have that. And you can't really see this right now, but there's really beautiful illumination. So this backlit feature, if you want to have a little bit of night light, you can. And then you'll notice here, first of all, really nice big mirror, which gives you a much bigger feel in the cabin, and really great wardrobe space. So if you want to take a look at this, Jody, you can use these any number of ways. You've got these really nice dovetailed drawers. They all have soft close, but then you have this great wardrobe space. So you can stack, we have pillows and blankets stacked in one, and you get 3 of these. So a lot of room. Here where we have our countertop, we have this beautiful polished surface and then an emergency exit, as well as a Samsung TV player or TV with a Blu-ray player. Kind of just some neat features where you have a place to put taller things. This is lacking in a lot of the RVs. Renegade does a really great job at making good use of space. And these are just really big, super solid drawers. Now this is a maple wood, it is a hardwood. And I mean, I call this a motor cabin. We have a lot of motor homes. This is much more of a cabin feel, but it's very rugged, very solid. So it's just a really, really nice execution of a very durable coach. Now this is kind of cool. So this is removable. So you could take this out and have like long dresses if you wanted to, you know, for all of those operas you're attending when you're out there camping in the forest. I don't know. But regardless, it's a cool feature. Jody, let's trade places. You go back that way. I'm going to come over here because I want to show you how you secure the door. So what I love about Renegade is we are not froofy. When we are building a coach, what we like to do is make things very simple. So for instance, this is how you latch your door. It's just a little snap. When you're doing your little check, you know you either have it snapped or you don't. It's in the right place. It means it's time to hit the road. I don't know if I mentioned the ceiling fan yet. If I didn't, one of the nice aspects of an LE is that you do get the ceiling fan. So even though we're a nice short length at the 38, we have a really luxurious bedroom. Now let's get into this bathroom. So I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna open this up for Jody before he gets all the way over here. So this is a great place just to keep your toilet paper, all of your goods. Really handy, but once again, really great construction. You'll notice that we do have our rain sensing vent above us. And then down below, right past our towel bar and our toilet paper dispenser, we have a really super solid porcelain toilet. It does have a macerator. The water pump is right here. It's really easy to see your flush buttons. It's really easy to control everything in this RV. Nothing is fancy. The little control panel right here is just very basic. I wanted to show you, so you do have in this shower a lot of room even for a tall person because you have this nice skylight. But once again, Jody, don't be offended. I'm going to unsnap this little bad boy and I'm going to close the door on you. And this is so cool because I have my own space, which means if I want to get ready in the morning and my husband wants to come in and take a shower, we can be doing two separate things and not in the same room. Really amazing to have that in an RV, and Renegade does this better than anybody else. So now we're going to move on to this side, and you'll notice we have a really generous medicine cabinet. And once again, everything is just so solid. Just really, really well put together. Lots of storage capacity. And really not over the top, just simple and well done. So this is one of the things I really like about this RV. Now I know we've talked about the shower and such. This coach has a 150-gallon freshwater tank. That is a lot of water capacity. It has a 75-gallon gray water tank and a 75-gallon black water tank. If you want to stay out on the road and go boondocking, you can do all of your laundry and not run out of water, not run out of shower space. I mean, just really pretty darn amazing overall execution in terms of utility. So this is just an amazing coach. All of these hinges are super solid. As you can hear, the cabinets are really solid. And that's going to bring us here to something that's really interesting. So this is the Firefly, and we'll talk a little bit more about this as we go through this coach. You'll notice that that app is going to have a lot of the same things on it as I do here on my phone. So I can go ahead and go to, for instance, slide control, and I can tell it whether or not I want to put my awnings out or my slides out. And I can go here and I can take a look at my house control and see what my fresh and gray and black water tanks look like. So I have all of this same utility to start my generator, to extend my slides, to check my house batteries, to look at my solar capacity, all on my phone as well. So this is a really, really big advantage of the Renegade LE. So come on through. Let's take a look. So this Verona also offers a really cool cubby space for your pantry. These are so great. Look at all of that capacity. And once again, this is a really solid construction. Lots of room, olive oil, cereal boxes, if you've got soup that you want to carry with you, whatever it might be, like really, really cool. And keep in mind, just because they're open doesn't mean you can't use things like those XOXO containers that you would find at Costco and have all of your storage. So you could have a lot of dry storage in here if you wanted to condense it down and not have it in boxes. You could really get really organized and have, you know, two different sections, one for snacks for the kids, one for the stuff that we're going to make for dinner. Just really, really nice fit and finish. And when I say stuff for the kids, that's because as we come into this center area, you're going to find there's a lot of cool features here. So first and foremost, this bed, or this table I should say, converts into a bed. I love these cup holders. So you'll note we're going to pull the slides in on this coach for you a little bit later on today. These will hold the kids' drinks while you're driving down the road. There are two seat belts over here. So you can seat two here. You cannot seat anyone on this side when you're driving. When you're driving down the road, they want to make sure that the rear-facing passengers are not, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. When you're driving down the road, you should not have anyone in a rear-facing seat, only forward-facing. So you have two there, and then you have another three here. So you have an ability to put three here, two in the driver's seat. You can seat 7 people on the road. You've got a really big convertible bed here with little places to plug in phones, charge computers, laptops. This coach does already have an in-motion satellite. It also has a Wi-Fi system, so if you wanted to do those Zoom classes and get on the road with your kids, this coach is ready to do so. They can keep their laptops fully charged. You can work from this coach. So, I mean, however you want to use it, it's really set up to be fully functional. Oh, this is what we're going to do. Jody looked at me like I was a little crazy today. I told him I was going to take the couch apart. I'm taking the couch apart. Don't you ever want to know how easy this is? Check this out. Up, out, down. Pull it again. Here's your bed. Now, this is a big bed. Do I look good? All right, good. Anyway, no, seriously though, really comfortable, springy, super great. I only know this because we spent 13 days on the road with my daughter in full-time school, and every morning we would fold this little bad boy up and hit the road, and she'd do her Zoom classes all day until we got to our next destination. So, I mean, if that's not easy to do, I don't know what is. That is like the coolest feature of these Renegades. Now, I also have it set up to show you these nice shades. Like when I say blackout shades, these are dark. This keeps the coach completely dark. That's really important because if you have a 12-year-old, they don't like getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning when the sun comes up. Also, this storage is so deep. You can put your Monopoly board game this way. You can put it sideways. I have these full of bins. We have batteries. We have all of our fireplace materials, like, lighting stuff for the firewood. Everything goes in little bins. Super, super handy. They run the entire length of the coach. But once again, they are just so solid. It's just such a nice feature to feel so solid. And the funny thing is, you can actually take these little dudes off the wall and replace their batteries, or you can do what we do, which is just use our phones to turn everything on and off. So you have a lot of controls in the coach, which is really, really handy. Now, from this perspective, you're going to want to watch television. Now, maybe your TV is not in the best place. No big deal. Pull down on the cord, pop it out. Everyone can watch the news while we're having dinner, whatever you might want to do. Watch a movie, a little place here to keep all your popcorn and all your goods. So just a really, really cool setup. Super easy to function. Once again, really nice access to everything that you might need. Here's your breaker panel. And then in here you have extra cords, all of your plugs for your Blu-ray. You have a Blu-ray here as well. We also have a sound bar with a subwoofer, so really great sound in this cabin. It's Wi-Fi, so play whatever music you want. You've got a built-in radio that is separate from the JBL system that's in the front, but pretty cool. Now, with all this living space, you need a great kitchen. We have a phenomenal kitchen. So, residential faucet, right, with a spray and a pour mode, big sink. I do have it covered halfway today. And then once again, just a ton of storage. And one of my favorite things that I like about this coach, we actually carry 3 of these. We have one that we keep inside, one that's outside, and one for recycling. And every time we get there, we unstack them, and every time we get back on the road, we just stack them back up again. Oh, there's your subwoofer. And on that note, right inside this cabinet, you'll see the Renegade customer service contacts, really easy to find. One of the great things about this RV is it's built on the Freightliner chassis, so it's got a 350 horsepower engine on the M106 chassis, but Freightliner is just an awesome company. Easy to get a hold of Renegade, easy to get a hold of Freightliner, easy to get a hold of me. Just in case I didn't tell you earlier, my name is Katie. Anyway, I'll show you more about that later. Let's go back into storage. Oh, look at all the books. All the books. And then Jody, you'll show this is our Garmin. Little Garmin is our navigation system. We'll talk about that again too. So here above our true induction cooktop, you'll notice that we have also a really cavernous Samsung microwave and convection oven. So seriously, I make a lot of cookies when we're on the road. It's a great coach. A little bit about this backsplash. Once again, this is a vanilla frost decor. This is a brushed nickel hardware finish. This is the Parma solid surface. So it's hard with Renegade to know what you're looking at all the time. This is Parma. That's what you're looking at here. And then this is called Roman Beige. And this is a 3D ledger stone backsplash. This is actually real stone. It's beautiful. If it looks good on camera, it looks even better in person. And then once again, lots and lots of drawers. Please make sure you have a label maker. You can control a lot of things. This one's for the radio, for instance, and television. And then of course you have all of your inside and outside TVs. We've got a TV here, TV in the bedroom, TV outside. But because you don't have a propane tank on this, and this is a fully electric coach, you have more room for drawer space because you don't need to have an oven. You've got that up top. And this coach does run off of hydronic heat. It also has 2 air conditioners with 2 heat pumps, which is a lot of heat for a small coach like this. The hydronic heat that you're going to get with your coach is going to be probably the easiest way to keep your coach heated at night. It's nice and quiet, and it also is what gives you this true induction. True induction is by far the easiest way to cook. Now you have a huge refrigerator here to keep stuff to cook. This is an 18 cubic foot refrigerator. It has an ice maker. It has a really cool box that slides back and forth so you can change where you're putting things if you want to be more convenient. And I'm going to unlock this, but this actually is one of my favorite features of the Renegade. Go ahead and take a look at that, Jody. Nice and deep. And I'll open this up so we can see the ice maker. So one of the things that I like the most about the Renegade feature is now we close our refrigerator and we lock it. Guess what? We know it's locked. Guess what? It's unlocked. It's locked. Visual cue, really simple. My daughter likes to leave it open so that all the stuff flies out while we're driving down the road. When she does that, I'm going to go back into the bedroom really quick. It's not a big deal because we have central vac. The only reason we're coming back here is because it took me like 20 minutes to figure out where the heck the cord was for this thing. But there's your central vac. Makes it really easy to keep this coach clean while you're out there camping. There is attachments underneath the coach for not only inside but also for outside. So pretty cool feature. But back again to this, just great that we know we're ready to hit the road. Okay, so we're ready to hit the road. What do we have here? We've got a really cool cabin in the front. There's a lot of storage. I know I keep talking about storage, but when you're in a mobile home, these are key places to keep things like maps, maybe wildflower guides, birds books, whatever it is that you might be interested in finding. And then you'll see here, we have some cool features up here. Now we're used to this. We know that we always have our hydraulic leveling system, but this is kind of fun too. So you've got a 3,000 watt inverter, and it's a special inverter. It's a hybrid inverter because we have 6 lithium ion house batteries on this coach. So what that means is you've got a really great battery system with a great inverter, and you also have 3 175 watt solar panels. So really, really cool stuff. And if you can get back here, Jody, here's our control panel. So Renegade just does a really good job at making everything easily accessible and super clean. Now you'll notice I do a lot of videos on Newmars. We don't do a lot of Super C videos. I end up usually doing Dutch Stars and things like that. But I own a Renegade and I drive a semi. This is a great truck. One of the things I like the most about it is the Allison transmission is simple. I've got all of my controls here, windows. I've got my engine brake right here. I use that a lot. Lock and unlock. And then you'll notice this little controller here. This ties into this controller up here. And this is your basically your cruise control system. So now we have lane tracking and cruise control. One thing we can do, Jody, do you mind if I pop in front of you real quick? So you have on this side a built-in brake controller right down here. So that's just a standard feature. You don't have to add it yourself. It's just already ready to go. You have bullet lights on the left and the right, so when you're changing lanes. But one of my favorite things about this coach, oh, here she's airing up. I love that horn. Oh, did you hear that? That was someone going over the lines. That's what that sound is. Anyway, so just kind of fun. Other things that are cool, you've got nice, easy to manage, you know, climate control. And then as I mentioned earlier, you have a JBL sound system, and this is your Garmin navigation system. So kind of, you know, to be very candid with you, no navigation system is simple, but gosh, Garmin does one of the best RV navigation systems on the market. That's what Renegade chose to use. It's a great system. Both of these seats are heated. They both swivel, so you can turn them around and sit so that you can see everybody else in the cabin. Easy, comfortable, bouncy, armrests, all the things that I think make a big difference. Cup holders are just, you know, totally simple and straightforward. One of the reasons that these coaches are set up this way is because these are semi trucks. These are made for people who are on the road, you know, 8-10 hours a day for a living. So these are really comfortable. There's not a better coach to drive. I hear a lot of people ask me about engine noise in the front cabin. I have to tell you, my boyfriend and I have great conversations the whole time we're on the road. That we don't have any problem with the engine noise. It's really comfortable. I don't know. I think they're awesome. This has a 20,000 pound towing capacity, which is why we went here. This coach is only $388,917,000 at MSRP, even less if you can pick it up before Christmas, just so you know. But that being said, for $388,000, you can't get into a lot of luxury coaches with a 20,000 pound towing capacity, and with 1,150 foot-pounds of torque, you know, that can really just climb mountains that are great in the good weather and the bad. This coach in rain, driving through the Rocky Mountains is just a pleasure to drive. The kids are comfortable. They're all watching TV, watching movies. So, you know, I really encourage you, if you haven't driven a Super C yet, you really should. They're pretty awesome. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna have Jody go back and stand in the stairwell, and I am going to roll in all these slides, because one of the best attributes of the Renegade is actually the capacity to make this. Look at how big this living room is. This is just a gigantic living quarters, and when you suck in the slides, it still gives you a ton of room to walk through. And you know, for me, seeing is believing. Now you'll notice I am sitting here holding a button on my phone and controlling the slides to my coach. What does that mean for you? That means instead of wondering whether or not you're gonna hit the tree, you could just go outside and stand there and extend your slide with your phone and know that you're not going to run your slide into the tree. It's kind of cool. It's also kind of cool because it lets us do this video in a little bit of a different format. Typically I have to go to the control module that's closest, but here with the Renegade, because of this slide control, I don't have to do that. Now once again, this coach seats 7. So you could have 5 kids all watching TV, all making microwave burritos. And I mean, honestly, like, I can't believe that this is all the way in. This is all the way in. Like, really? Like, how much room do I could do the dishes, Mom. Just kidding. No one's doing the dishes except for Mom. All right, Jody, come back in here. Let's take a quick look at this. So once again, this is that application that we're talking about. It's the Firefly application. The Vega Touch Mira is the app that you would use. This is a really, really cool thing. It's super easy to sync. I did it right before we started this video today, and I just have to encourage you, like, it is one of the difference makers for Renegade. So Jody, you can go ahead and head out first, and I'll follow you. And you might want to just show how easy it is to get to that bathroom, because this is as tight as it gets. Now the bed slide we are going to put in from the outside, but this is your access point to the bathroom. So, I mean, this never gets any smaller than this. So if you're a big person and you need a little extra room, Renegade's got the solution for you. These mid-bath coaches that we put together are phenomenal, second to none. So you'll notice on our way out, this finish that we have is just really beautiful. So this is a full paint finish. They paint, the whole slide to match. This is the Rogue exterior. Oh, and I want to show you this, Jody. So everyone has a screen, right? But does everybody have a nightshade? I mean, how cool is that? I mean, if you have people that are sleeping in your cabin and this is closed, that's not keeping out a lot of light, but that nightshade keeps out a lot of light. So that's a really cool feature. So come on in. Let's take a look. We're going to talk about some exterior features. Oh, before you get past that though, check out that Verona LE light. Pretty awesome. And then your battery disconnect is just there to the left. Really easy to find. Great handles going up and down those stairs as well, right next to your fire extinguisher. So once again, just a super well executed coach. Here's our night light up top. Oh, I must have put the awning in, or it got windy. Let's go ahead. Awnings extend. Oh, you know what? I'll be right back. I've got to turn the coach off. The awnings will not actually stay out if the coach is turned on, which is pretty smart. So they do have a wind sensor, but beyond the wind sensor, they also have a sensor that tells you whether or not the coach has got the key in the ignition. If the key is in ignition, then you will not be able to extend your awnings. So here on my way out, once again, just nice handrails right here, easy to exit. Also right here on the interior of the coach. But let's close this door. And here we go. Here's our awning. So once again, I'm doing this with my phone outside. So if I'm sitting here making dinner and the kids are like, hey mom, it's, you know, getting a little bit dewy outside, can we put the awning up? Sure, no problem, guys. All I've got to do is just push the button. We use this a lot. This is just a really nice feature. So the outside TV, sure, whatever. But really what we like about this, it's got the AM, FM, and CD player along with Wi-Fi, so we can listen to the radio. It's a great sound system for outside. If you want to just listen to music while you're hanging out with the kids, making marshmallows and s'mores and all that cool stuff, it's just right here. There's also a USB charger out here. I don't know if you're like me, but my phone always needs to be charged, so I love that. It's not made for short people, but this is one that I can reach. I cannot reach the Newmars. So for those of you who are in the Vertically Challenged Club, it's a win. All right, so let's take a look at cargo capacity. These are so handy. All nice, carpet lined. Once again, not froofy. This is a motor cabin, not the motor home. So a little more rugged, but really utilitarian. They are lit, nice and solid. Again, I love this Rogue exterior paint. You'll notice here we've got an air hose. And then also, now this is not the one with the vacuum hoses in it. There is an outlet right there, just so you know. Okay, here's your Aqua Hot system. This is a really big Aqua Hot. So this Aqua Hot system is where you get your hydronic heating. It's also what gets you continuous hot water. So as long as you have hot water, or as long as you have water, it can be hot. And once again, 75-gallon gray water tanks make for really great showers if you're not plugged into a sewer. But if you have yourself plugged into a sewer and you've got fresh water coming into the coach, this is an endless hot water cycle. This will go for as long as you want, as long as you'd like to take a shower. You could take one for 6 hours if you wanted to. And when I say hot water, it's not kind of hot. It's hot. It's really, really good. So I love that Aqua Hot system. Now here, one of the things I think is super nice about the coach that we have here is your ability to keep, you know, drinks and poultry, hamburgers, whatever it is that you might like. You can remove this and take it out if you'd like, but I think you'd always just keep it in place. It's on a nice slide. It's a really cool system. Once again, really easy functionality. You know, am I locked? Yeah. How do you know? Because you can see it. Just nice, rugged, simple, not fancy construction. Tells you got things in places where they need to be before you hit the road. Really, really like that about this RV. Now I wanted to show you while we're out here. So I am looking at all of my AC, my solar charger, my tanks, what I'm doing with my climate control system. Now I'm not in there anymore, so I'm going to turn off my heat pump to the front. I'm going to turn off my heat pump to the rear. I also have my bay controls. I can turn my heat onto my bay controls. I can control my Aqua Hot System. All of these things are controllable by my phone. I don't need to be in the coach. I can get them all rolling. If I want to turn the heat on before I go inside, get the coach warmed up because it's time to get done with the s'mores, clean up and go to bed, I can just sit out by the fire, get everything primed, so when I get up and I want to go inside, everything's waiting for me nice and warm. Back here is where we have our attachments. This is for our central vac. We also have central vac in the coach, outside, as you can see, as well as inside. So if you wanted, for instance, to clean up, you know, anything, get the sand off your feet, get the sand off the carpet before you pack up and put everything inside, you're welcome to do so. So that brings me to my favorite part of this RV and the reason that we bought ours. Look at this, man. If that doesn't say, hey, pull something with me, I don't know what does. So once again, 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. This is a Cummins 350 horsepower engine. This is a doozy. It comes standard with a brake controller, and then below that you'll notice we have what they call the full-length mud flap. So very cool. You're going to get a lot of attention in this RV. People love Super Cs. I can't tell you how many people come up and go, wow, I've never seen one of those up front and in person. How does it drive? I heard the cab's noisy. No, the cab's not noisy. They drive like animals. They just eat up the freeway. They're super, super comfortable. But then this is the cool thing. So here we are. Once again, I'm going to go back to my slides. I'm going to go to my outside slides. I'm going to say, okay, bed slide, retract. Push and control. Maybe. Oh, there goes my video. I swear it normally works. There it is. So this is just the coolest feature. So I could put out the slide for the entire house from inside or outside. So if I want to make sure I'm not going to bump into anything, I can be outside doing this with just my phone. Now we do have below this another feature I consider to be really important. So we have this retract button, right? So this 50 amp cord is 36 feet long. It comes with the adapter. We don't make you buy one. It has this little cap, so after you pull your hose in, it's right here. Super simple. Just push and hold. You'll notice we also have an outlet here. There's a surge protector in the back here if you want to take a look at that. Super, super awesome. Now let's see if I can get to, how smart am I? Solar, AC, water pump, Aqua Hot, climate control, lights master. I want to go to, here we go, my electric. I can control my actual Onan generator from the app in my coach. So I can actually turn my generator on and off without even getting out of my seat, which I think is pretty darn cool. I can also control my in-motion satellite. So all of those things are right here. So there's that Onan. Now let's go into the next section. So we do have a whole house water whole house water filter here in the central gray water and black water control center. As you can see, comes standard once again with a power water hose, a place to store your black water hose. There's your freshwater hose is blue, it's coiled, it's nice and easy to store. Once again, everything can run through this little hole right down here. This just removes and goes down. This coach is winterized right now, so we don't have any of the stuff set up, but it's super easy to fill and empty, to wash your tanks. Everything is really, really easy to use. And in a nice small compartment, this is where your black water hose would go out. And as you'll notice, there's nothing in here, so you can just completely wash this out. Looks like we have a little bit of Indiana hanging out, but that's okay. This is a really nice compartment, easy to clean. And then once again, more of your black water storage. If you wanted to put some fishing poles down there, could certainly make some room for some fishing poles. Unusual, but true. You have a little more storage on this side. And then once again, I wanted to talk about this battery setup. So this is a really cool lithium ion battery setup. So you've got your chassis and house batteries, but your 6 of your batteries on this coach are lithium ion, and you have a 3,000 watt inverter that is set up specially to run with this system. A lot more power, works great with your 3 175 watt solar panels on top. Dude, we already saw the air horn, but did you see the antenna? Yeah, get yourself a CB because you're driving a semi. It's the real deal. You have 100-gallon fuel capacity here, so you've got 2 diesel tanks that are 50 gallons. They do feed into each other, but there's fill points on each side. This is a 6-gallon DEF tank. And then one of the coolest things is, hey man, you want to just get in your RV? Right there. Just hop on in, man. You got 3 doors into your RV, which is, you know, if you're coming out of a Class A real luxury. Absolutely love that. Not to mention, like, when you're getting in your RV, you just look like a badass. I mean, how cool is that? These mirrors are adjustable. They're great. There's power on the inside. Today we're going to talk about, there are bullets. We talked about a little cameras earlier, but we're going to go ahead and you can show them the camera. That's so if you turn your left signal on, it shows you the left side, or the right signal, the right side. We're going to talk about access. How cool is that? There's some access for you. If you have any kind of mechanical issues, Freightliner can come in. They do roadside appointments. Really easy to get to anything that you need to fix. What that translates to is less time in the shop, which translates to less money spent. That's why people drive semi-trucks. If driving a semi-truck wasn't the most efficient way to haul stuff across the country, everyone would be driving Newmars, I promise you, because they're awesome. But semi-trucks are where it's at if you want to have something that's easy to fix, that'll keep you on the road. And I don't know, I'm a girl, and I find this to be probably one of the easiest to operate and drive RVs out of everything we carry. And we carry great products. But man, I'll tell you, driving through the mountains in this thing just eats up the road, feels super solid, tows really well, lots of capacity, beautiful headlights. Once again, you've got that radar system telling you if you're gonna go, into the back of somebody, or you've got your lane tracking package. Last but not least, we should talk about this diamond shield. So the LE diamond shield is really nice. It covers the entire front painted end of your coach, blends right in. I mean, that is just an art. I went back to Indiana this summer and watched the guy who was installing it install it. I mean, there's a man on a chair that sits there and puts this diamond shield on and makes sure it's flawless. And I've never seen one come in that we've actually said, oh, there's an air bubble. I mean, you'd think it just came that way, but it doesn't. It's the Amish kids that are out there in Indiana and Elkhart putting together these Renegades for you, that are making sure you have a first-class coach and a really, really wonderful experience on the road. So once again, thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in and seeing our Verona LE. My name is Katie O'Neill. My number is 303-562-8659. Again, 303-562-8659. This is stock number 5N201336. Again, 5N201336. This is the real deal. If you want a fun RV that's going to get you to places that you never thought you'd go in an RV, you want to go boondocking, you want to go pull up and camp, next to a beautiful reservoir, whatever you want to do, this is the right coach to do it. Thank you so much. Come see us. We have Super C's by Newmar, Super C's by Renegade. Transwest is a place to shop. Try them both out, see which one fits you the best. But come and test drive. Come see why I'm so excited about this product. All right, you guys, thanks for visiting us in Frederick. Talk to you again next time.